Hi guys, my name is Cal and I'm going to take you through a short introduction to yoga today. So one of the main questions I often get is, well, what is yoga? Is it just stretching? Does it make you more flexible? Is it good for mobility, injury, good for the mind? And in short, the answer is yes. It's good for all of these things, but what it's really about is finding that point of focus. So one of the first Yoga Sutras, which are the texts that tell us about yoga, is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. This basically means that yoga is the calming of the monkey mind, bringing all those crazy thoughts happening at once and bringing them down to one point of focus. So that is something we're going to try to embody today as we work through some of the traditional Hatha Yoga poses. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have a mat, let's get it out and ready. And we always start our yoga with a nice grounding to begin with. So find yourself nice and comfortable. You could be seated on your bottom, you could be seated on your knees, wherever's most comfortable. We're going to rest the hands on the lap wherever we are. And we're going to make sure the spine is nice and straight. That might involve tucking the chin slightly so the neck is straight too. And once you've found a spot that you're comfortable in, we're going to start to slow down the breath, start to really focus on that. So we're going to start breathing in and out through the nose if that's possible. This is your moment to allow the mind to forget everything else that's going on in the day. You've set these 15 minutes aside for yourself to give yourself some care and attention, so don't let anything else get in the way of that. If the mind starts to wander off onto little things, you can start to focus on the tummy, feeling it expand as you breathe in and shrink back down as you breathe out. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the forehead. And then slowly we're going to blink those eyes open, becoming aware of our surroundings again. And then from wherever we are, we're going to make our way into tabletop position. So tabletop position, we want the hands directly under the shoulders, the knees directly under the hips. Back, so the feet gently pressing into the floor. Spread out those fingers as much as you can, and we root down through the four corners of the palm. And then we pull up through the middle of the hand, and we press down through the pads at the ends of the fingers. Fantastic. From here, we're going to take cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, and we're going to drop the tummy to the floor, look up to the ceiling, let the sit bones reach up as well. As we exhale, we're going to reverse that, crouch in and look towards the belly button, push the floor away with the hands. Inhale, send it back up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll do one more of these. Inhale, take it up. Exhale down. Then returning to neutral spine, so nice straight spine. And we're going to tuck the toes behind us. Gently send the heels towards the ground and lift the bum up towards the sky. Take a little walk through your downward facing dog today. So that means just pedaling the heels a little bit, bending one knee at a time. Sending those sit bones up to the sky. and allowing the chest to pull slightly towards the thighs. That's going to give you a nice straight spine. Pedaling that nice. Doesn't matter how it looks exactly, it's more about how you feel. And then when you feel like you've had enough of a warm up through the back of those legs, we're going to hold that nice and still for a moment. Still pressing the hands into the floor, sending the heels down towards the ground, chest pulling slightly towards the thighs so the spine is straight, and allow those knees to bend if you need to. There's no problem in bending those knees. I'd rather see a bent knee than a bent spine. So keeping that spine nice and straight. Allow those knees to bend if you need it. Holding here for 5. Keep breathing nice and deeply all the way into the tummy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bend the knees, look between the hands, and we're going to step that left foot forward. Ground that back heel so the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Sweep on an inhale breath, the right arm up and round into our Warrior 2 position. So in Warrior 2, the heel should be in line with the arch of the back foot. So the front foot heel is in line with that. The toes of the front foot are pointing forward and we are tucking those hips under. We often see people lean forward and dip that hip. But what we want to do is we want to tuck that hip under, which is going to make that knee want to fold in. But if we keep pushing that knee out whilst we tuck under, we've got those counteracting forces that are going to give us the full benefit of this posture. Then we're going to rest the ribs on top of the hips. Arms come out to T position, fingertips reach out, but the shoulder blades pull together slightly. And our drishti, our eyes, they're looking over those front fingertips. Hold here. Apply all of those different corrections. And we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to take the hands to the hips and that back foot, we're going to turn it in slightly and turn the hips to face the front. You can even step that back heel in a little bit. So that right foot now is going to about 2 o'clock and the hips are facing front. We are pressing down through that back foot. Arms are going to touch together in prayer position in front of us and come up to sky. Traditionally, the eyes follow and look towards the thumbs, but I don't mind if you want to look straight ahead if that gives you any problems on the neck or even with balance. So we're going to hold here in Warrior 1. Let those shoulders relax away from the ears. Fingertips still reaching to the sky, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring those hands down back to hips, and we're going to step the feet forward. Big toes touch. We're going to take ourselves into Tadasana mountain pose. So you should really feel sturdy as a mountain in this posture. Big toes touching, heels separated, hands come next to the body. So we're stood at the front of the mat, just like this. With the toes, they're going to be spread out and pushing down, just like the hands were earlier, and the same with the corners of the foot. Grounding down into the floor and pulling up through the arches like a suction cup. Then the knees are going to pull up, so you pull those kneecaps up, tuck the pelvis under, and chest pulls up. Gently pinching the shoulder blades behind. Palms face forward, slightly tuck the chin and pull up through the crown of the head. And you hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're going to step back this time on the left foot. We're going to send it behind and send that foot at about 11 o'clock. So not too big a step because we're going for Warrior 1 first this time. Bending into that front knee, hips face the front, arms in prayer position in front, and send them up, traditionally looking towards those thumbs, or I don't mind if you want to look forward for balance or neck problems. So holding here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're going to turn those hips to the side, let the arms come to T position, and step that back foot a little further back, making it parallel to the back of the mat into our Warrior 2. So same thing again, we're not leaning forward here like this. We want our front leg, front toes pointing forward, knee just behind the toes. Nice little bend in that front leg. Tuck the pelvis under, ribs rest on top, slightly pinch those shoulder blades, reach out through fingertips, and looking over the front fingers. Holding here, 5, 4, 3, still deep breaths into the tummy, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're going to windmill those hands down to runner's lunge and step ourselves back into downward facing dog. So take a little walk through that downward facing dog again. Reset those hips. And when we're ready, hold nice and still for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly come forward over the hands and drop those knees to the floor. We're going to take a wide leg child's pose now. So we're going to open the knees out as close to the sides of the mat as you can and touch the big toes behind us. Send the bottom down towards the heels and allow the upper body to relax forward. Ideally, forehead will come to the floor, but if it doesn't quite get there, that's no problem. You can even bring the hands under the head, create fists even to rest the head on if you like. We're going to take some nice, deep, relaxing breaths here. In and out through the nose if you can. Gently bring those hands under the shoulders. On the next inhale, press yourself up to sit on those heels. Bring those knees together, and we're going to swish the feet out from underneath us. And we'll take one more posture before we ground ourselves at the end. So we're going to take the feet forward, touch the big toes, and we're going to inhale, grow nice and tall through the spine. Again, you can allow a bend in the knees here if you want to. So no problem about that. So inhale, grow nice and tall, and then we're going to exhale, allow a forward fold here. And again, bend those knees, try to get that rib to thigh connection. It's much better to have a bent knee here, or even here, than it is to have the legs straight and all the stretch be in the upper back. We want to keep the stretch in the lower body. So you can do that by connecting rib to thigh. Once we're there, we're going to relax forward. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself up to seated position. Scooch the bottom forward. We're going to catch under those thighs and roll down onto our backs. Bring knees into chest. Have a gentle rock side to side. Really try to relax every muscle in the body as you do this. And then when you're ready, we're going to straighten out those legs onto the floor. Or if that is uncomfortable on the back, you can bend the knees and let the knees rest together. Hands can come either next to the body or gently resting on the body. Your call completely. This is Shavasana. And we're going to hold here for approximately 30 seconds to 1 minute. So nice deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose. I don't mind if you want to exhale out a little sigh sound. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And return yourself to gentle in and out breaths through the nose. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the shoulders, the lower back, the glutes, the hips, the legs. Gently bring a little wiggle into those fingers and toes. Arms and leg. You might rock the head side to side if that feels good. Take the arms overhead, give yourself a full body stretch. And release. We're going to roll over gently onto our favorite side. And when we're ready, gently come back to that comfortable seated position. Bring hands together in front of the chest, bow the forehead to the fingertips, and give yourself a bit of gratitude for practicing some yoga today. So I hope that little introduction gave you a little idea of what to expect during a yoga class, and I hope it's given you a little clarity and hopefully lit that fire a little bit for the yoga practice. So I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.